Hi everyone, welcome back to The Learning Gardener. If you haven't been here before, my name is Pip and we've got all three dogs here. These two are mine and they've got a buddy over and his name's Clancy. In yesterday's video we spent days and days and days changing this whole area from a weedy nightmare into this beautiful rustic paved area that is going to serve as a memorial garden for my stillborn son Oliver, who was born almost exactly a year ago. Now today is my birthday, so that means I've got the week off work because I go on strike every year for my birthday, and that means we're going to try and get as much stuff as we can done, and doing this pave area was part of that. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out because it's a massive transformation. But what we're going to do is plant up the flowers and olive trees for Ollie. So we have a bay leaf tree here and we have 4 Roald David Austin roses, which I forgot that we had 4. I thought we only had 3. But these ones, sorry about all the dog noises, but these ones I associate very strongly with Ollie. We've got 2 manzanilla, I'll write it on the screen, olive trees, and we've got a bambolina one that I was given after Ollie died. But actually, because I forgot about the 4th Roald David Austin rose, I'm not going to plant that one, the bambolina olive tree, down here. I am going to plant it somewhere else. I don't know where yet, but we've got these beautiful pots, all of these ones which my parents bought me after Ollie died so that I could build this garden. We've got 2 of these gorgeous huge pots for the olive trees. They have, as I said, been bitten by black lacewing olive bug, which is annoying. We've got a series of these smaller pots. So this one's got a pyrethrum daisy in it, which is great for tick protection, and you can also grind the flowers up and turn them into an aphid, very effective aphid pesticide thing that's made of natural product. So I've got these planted all around the garden because we have loads and loads of tick issues. These honeycomb pots that we've got, these were for flannel flowers, which are a native Australian flower. They're my favourite flower, and yeah, they're quite significant for me. And then obviously we've got multiple pots for the roses. So we do need to get other things to fill up the pots. As far as I know, the flannel flowers are not in stock at the moment. So at some point this morning, I'm going to give them a call and find out when they're likely to have stock. And if it's not for a while, we might put something else in the interim, because they are generally a winter, early spring flower, which we're in early spring now, but maybe they've sold out. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to need some more acidic potting mix. But I figured let's try and get the roses in first, because I do have some acidic potting mix and I do have some other general potting mix for the olive trees. And I figured if we can get them planted up, then when we go down to the garden nursery to get other things to fill up the smaller plants and a bit of colour, then we can grab some extra soil while we're down there if we need it. So let's get started with that job and potting this new beautiful area up. There's obviously still a lot of cleaning up in this area that I want to do, and I want to expand it and make it wider. But for now, I'm really happy with the way it's turned out, and like a bit physically exhausted from the effort. But we'll get this done and then I might wander off and get a birthday massage. But yeah, apologies for all the neighbourhood noise. Today's a noisy one.
coffee cup before the day begins. Don't go, stay a while, we'll slow it all the way back down.
I'm loving the way this has come together. The only problem was because they were in a self-watering pot, the roots had kind of like gone into the self-watering system and clung on, so I had to break them off. They've only been in there since maybe the end of autumn. So these grew a lot last year. I was a bit surprised by how much they grew in autumn. So I've given them all a top up of various rose mixes. In terms of fertilizer, I tend to just put them all in the Osmocote box, mix them together, and then I just chuck them all in. I do the same with the veggie patch. I just put the slow release fertilizer in with the blood and bone, and then I don't have to have two things out. But this one does have some weird white fungally looking stuff on the sort of very base of the plant, so I'll have to take a photo of that and take it down to the garden centre and ask what I inevitably have to spray on this. But generally, like, we get a lot of black spot on our roses because we live in a coastal area, but I don't bother doing anything about it, so hopefully it'll be fine. They, as you can see, rebound beautifully despite any black spot, and they're loaded with buds. So as the sun creeps over into this area, they're going to be super stoked, and they're obviously going to get a lot of reflective heat off the wall and off the ground. So the roses should be really, really happy. The olives should be really, really happy. And I'm just watering in everything as I go, but because I'm having to break the roots off on the ones in the self-watering pots, I'm probably going to give them a slow release. I'm probably going to give them a liquid fertilizer this afternoon just to try and minimize any transplant shock, because I don't want to lose any of these roses because they're absolutely gorgeous when they're in bloom, and we're almost there.
A new wind is blowing today. I think I can see the
Note to self, never put a rose in a self-watering pot, just to stop it from rooting into the ground, because you have to break the pot to get it out.
I never did hope for more. And don't know what came over me the moment you caught my eye. I was alone on the sea, but never did find out why. You saw something there where I was drifting. You sent up a flare to bring me home. A beauty I never did see in anyone else's eyes. We were alone on the sea, under deserted skies. I saw something there out in the distance, a wing and a prayer to bring you home. A new wind is blowing today.
We've done well. We've got the olive trees potted up. We've got the roses potted up. We just need half a bag more rose mix to finish one of them. And then we've got to pot up the other containers that are left behind and then do cleanup. But so far, so good. And I've pulled all the diseased leaves that I can see off the olive trees, and they're covered in like lots of teeny weeny olives, which is great. Apparently this type of olive tree makes really good olive oil. Who knows? I'm not a fan of eating olives. Last year we had one olive and my best friend Rachel ate it straight off the tree, and we discovered you had to do the pickling process or whatever it is to olives to actually make them taste nice, because she spat it straight out. So at least we've got those done. It's really kind of lifted the area quite a lot, so it'll be great when the garbage bin gets emptied and I can chuck a lot of the garbage that's still sitting in this area waiting to go into the bin out, and it'll be great to see the pots all full and lush and looking vibrant. So let's head off to the nursery. We also need to pick up some more neem oil to keep coating these guys in to keep the black lacewing thingo at bay. So let's go. We are back from our adventures to the garden centre, and I picked up 3 Delphinium Pacific Giants. So these are gorgeous pale purple with like a hint of blue on them, and I've tried to grow delphiniums about 6,000 times from seeds and never had one single one really even germinate. So I've got 3 of those because I figured we could put them in the 3 honeycomb pots around here, because it's a beautiful soft color. It'll go really nicely with the David Austin roses are like somewhere between an apricot and an orange, and it's a very soft pastel color, and I thought they would go really nicely together. And even though the honeycomb pots are meant for flannel flowers, both because I love the flower, I associate them with Ollie, and because they will then give us some winter and spring interest when the roses have died back for the winter. I figured, even though these are perennial in Australia, I don't know if they are in cooler climates, probably are, but I don't know. But I figured these 3 would make beautiful additions to my favorite garden bed if I can eventually get the flannel flowers, because I called the native nursery and they have some growing, but they're not going to be ready for months, so probably not till autumn. So we need something in the interim. These are going to provide some gorgeous color, and then we can transplant them into the landscape, or we can leave them here. I also picked up some romance lavender, so they're like an English style lavender, and they smell so good. And I picked up, for wherever there is additional space, a very soft creamy yellow petunia as hopefully a nice spiller, although I've never had much luck with petunias. We also picked up some neem oil to treat the olive trees again, and I'm just going to keep treating them. They look a lot better than they did a week ago. But I chatted to the lady at the garden centre about the white stuff I was seeing on the bottom of one of the roses, and apparently that's scale. Now, I don't know anything about scale, but she said to treat it a lot with the neem oil as I'm doing the olive trees, so at least that'll already hopefully knock everything out at the same time. If, oh god, wasp coming right for us. If I'm already doing that, that's so nice that there's a butterfly that just flew in. Anyway, so we're going to get these planted up. We picked up some more potting mix and some more rose and azalea mix, so we'll get that planted and get out of the heat, and then once the sun has moved on for the day and it's a little bit less glary in here, I'll show you guys a bit of a close-up on the plants. But it's looking really, really nice. I can't wait till the garbage bin's emptied so I can clear everything off to the side, but you know, whatever. The other thing I might do at some point, though it's not on the list for today, because I really have to start some more seeds, so I'll probably grow a whole bunch of flowers from seeds, and I'll deal with this then, is along here where we had to make the area a little bit more raised because the water tends to accumulate here when it rains, and then I ran out of sand and didn't have enough to do to repave this area, which was original to the house. So there's a little bit of a height differential, and I still need my dad to cut some bricks and stuff to fill in gaps, but it's as good as it's going to get now, and I actually really like it. But because we've got like a little elevated platform, it's also not in a trip hazard area, but just to prevent trip hazard, I thought I would put some pots along here, and they can have some other blooms. But obviously I don't want roses and things like that here, because this is a clothesline here, and so you don't want anything like that getting snagged on some roses. So let's get these planted up, and hopefully soon this place is going to be full of bees and butterflies. Oh, and we've also got somewhere inside, from memory, it's been a little while since I've seen it, little kind of rusted statue things to stab into the pots. Oh, dust storm, that my mum bought for Ollie's garden. One is a little boy and one's a little girl, so he had a friend to play with in the memorial garden. So we need to find those and put those in, so Nanny's represented here in the garden.
Summer air waves through her long soft hair. Faces just stop and stare, catching all eyes. So I hold you close, no matter where you go. Through all the rain and snow, I'll be close behind. These threads won't come undone if you're worn down. I'll carry you home. Holes in my shoes, walking in lines we drew. You said you're just passing through. Now 6 years have gone, so I hold on. These threads won't come undone if you hold down. I'll carry you. So I hold on. These threads won't come undone if you hold down. I'll carry you home. Clothes on my back, it's yours if it's all I have. I meant every word I've said. I'll carry you home.
happy with the way things have turned out and the fact that we've, I mean, to be fair, that's probably a cabbage moth, but also got butterflies showing up already. It just looks perfect. Like, it's exactly how I was hoping it was going to be. And we still have a little bit of soil stuck to the ground from the water and a little bit of sand everywhere, but I'll get onto that later and get you guys some less glary light pictures of how it's all turned out. But hopefully all the plants are going to be really, really happy. We've got to do a bit of neem oil treatments, but hopefully it's going to be a really nice place to just sit. And here comes another butterfly. It's just gorgeous. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. But thanks so much for spending my birthday with me and the last couple of days as we worked on this massive job. And it's quite a transformation. I was looking back at the weed patch, and even though it was like that for ages, I almost can't believe that it was that bad for so long, and now it looks so different. So I'm just really glad we got this done. So even if we get nothing else done in this week off, I'm glad this is done, and we've done it for Ollie, and it's beautiful. So thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and hopefully we will see you in the next one.